Cool. And then let's talk a little bit about the different verticals that PTZ cameras are used in. I've got some pictures behind me, house of worship, sports broadcasting, education, government. I mean, let's face it, since the tragedy of this epidemic, the need and the PTZOptics cameras, PTZ cameras has exploded. Talk about where your cameras are going and where the demand is today.
Well, one, obviously, house of worship that you have there, my heart really goes out to, so many folks are used to gathering in a location where they can meet for their services, and it's just simply not possible right now. And even in the foreseeable future, when social distancing, limitations are relaxed, it's still going to be a very slow move where folks who have underlying conditions and older folks aren't going to be able to attend worship services. So going online is so important. I could talk to you about that for a long time, but it's a big deal. In Texas now, a friend of mine sent me a billboard from Austin, Texas that says online church, it's a thing. And we are not ever going to go back to the way things used to be in the house of worship market. Regarding live sports, not a lot of live sports are going on right now. It's incredible what esports is doing. And I do think that when sports come back, they're going to come back strong with the need for streaming. The other ones you had on there, obviously.
Education is something where, education, your heart breaks too, because teachers aren't even in their classrooms. So they're trying to teach remotely from their homes, but clearly the world has understood that there's a change happening. And I foresee that, just like corporations added a huddle room, I think you're going to see every school have some huddle type rooms where they can do distance education. I think, eventually you're going to see cameras in almost every classroom, just because it's just the world's changing on the way we do things. And government, government is for the people, by the people, and the people have to be able to see what's going on. So if you've got a town board meeting and you can't do it in secret, you got to have it in front of people. So the video cameras there, PTZ cameras, is just a great way to do it. And one of the things I want to add, and we didn't talk about this beforehand, Paul, but I think it's important, and that is your PTZ cameras would go straight to the internet without anything else if necessary. You can go straight to Facebook or YouTube with a little bit of setup from your PTZ cameras. Of course, we prefer a mixer. You see what we have here, it's more engaging, but just to get started, you could just have the Android or iPhone app operating the PTZ camera by one person in the room, and this camera can go directly out to the world at large, by going through IP. They're all IP related, with the LAN jack. You can put it in there and configure it to go straight out to Facebook or something like that. And that's not true with everyone's camera, but it is true with all the PTZ cameras.
A lot of the houses of worship do that, and they look at the back of the camera and they see that 3.5 millimeter input. So that 3.5 millimeter input right there allows you to plug in a microphone. You can plug in an output from your audio mixer. And like you said, you're streaming to YouTube or Facebook, and you've got your app to control it. So it's the simple, easy way to get started.